Hey guys, good evening.
What's up?
Dre says what's up. He's on the couch on his iPad. How many other people have to fight with their kids all the time about having their electronics because that's all they want to do. I didn't get it, by the way, their dad did, because I like them being outside and not fighting with them all the time, but it is nice to have sometimes. And I have another one throwing a fit over here because there's nothing to do ever in this house. So anyway, so tonight I'm going to do a garlic or rosemary butter steaks. And we're going to be doing them in our cast iron pan. You can just come up and help? Okay, come help.
But you won't want to do it.
You can come help. You can talk. How about you say hi?
Hi.
They can only see your hand. Okay, so anyway, first thing you need, obviously, steaks.
Mom.
Need some fresh rosemary. We don't need the onions till later. Garlic. And then you need olive oil, butter. And then for your sides tonight, I'm doing green beans and a wild rice. And a wild rice.
Can I do that part?
I already did that part, but normally you could, huh? You did it the other night, didn't you? And you did an amazing job. I should have left that for you. How about you help me? Okay, so first thing that we need to do is we need to put a little bit of olive oil on our steak, and then I'm gonna have you do this. Come up here. We can't see you.
I'll see.
Hold on. There. Say hi. Here. Can you do this? Go like this. Look at it. Can you do the pepper for me? We got a salt, pepper, and then we need to put the rosemary and the garlic right on here before we throw it into the oil. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my pan on and start getting that warm. For cast iron, you don't want to heat it up too quickly and get it too hot right away, because it stays hot. It gets hot quick and it stays hot longer than like a regular pan, so you don't want your butter and your oil burning. Anyway, so I have my rosemary here. Thank you, Adrian. He has it salt and peppered here. We have our steaks that look amazing. So we take our rosemary, and you need about 3 teaspoons cut up, so just get it off the leaf or the branch or whatever you want to call that thing, and then just kind of chop those up and get them pretty tiny. And then again, do you guys all get like the wonderful presents from your children at Christmas time, and then you're like, man, what do I do with that?
Well,
this was a present. Yeah, this was from 2 years ago. Andreas made this, and it is now my garlic helper.
This is my son. This is
1 year ago.
This is my son Andreas.
Yes. Anywho, so what I do is I put my garlic in here. I shake it on up. Yes. Can you shake that for me? Shake, shake, shake. Really good. Shake, shake, shake. Oh.
And then we go.
Okay. And then we open it up.
Jay, that was funny when
And I'm
you
going to
said
use 4 cloves of garlic tonight. But see that? And then the skin comes right off. You don't have to sit and try to peel that skin off. It literally comes right off. So that is just my little trick. And every time that Andreas hears me using it, or if I don't use it, why didn't you use my garlic peeler? That's the garlic peeler. So we found a very, very useful home for him. And as you can see, he's missing his eyeball and buttons and everything else. One day we'll have to replace him. But he works great for now.
We got to bring him to the doctor.
Anyway, so yeah, instead of my slicing side, I'm going to use my press side. And we're going to go ahead and just squish our garlic into a bowl. And I have my rosemary all cut up. I'm going to throw right into the bowl also. And then
Can I do it?
you saw that we put the oil right on there and the salt and pepper right on the one side.
Can I do it, Mom?
Sure. Go like that. Squeeze right down.
Alright.
Squeeze hard.
Squeeze, squeeze. Come on.
Good job.
Okay.
Awesome. One more. So I use, like I said, I really like a lot of garlic, so I'm using 4 cloves of garlic because I can't get enough of this stuff. And then all we're gonna do is mix this up, and we're just gonna push this, rub it around right onto our steaks. So we're gonna do that on both sides. And then we do have our cast iron skillet over here heating up. We're getting it, calm down. And then flip those on over. Can you salt and pepper these sides for me too, please?
Yep.
And I'm totally gonna cook this just one for right now because Mark and Isabel aren't home, so we're not gonna eat for a little while, but, oh, go ahead. Good job. Awesome. Good deal. And put a little salt on this side. We have our garlic and our rosemary. And I'm actually going to take just a whole, they call them springs if you want to be fancy. I don't know. I'm going to throw a bunch of these into my oil and my butter that I have over here that's getting hot.
We gotta have one more of this.
All right, and then we're
We
going
gotta
to...
have one more.
No, that's plenty. We got enough salt, dude. Okay, so I'll bring you guys over here. Hopefully, you kind of see what I'm doing. Whoop. Can you see? All right, so this is nice and hot.
Hello.
And then we're just gonna drop that right in. And like I said, I did about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I coated the bottom of that.
Hello, are you forgetting me?
Come over here then. So we're gonna do about 2 minutes on that side. Flip it over, do 2 minutes. I am gonna do like a sherry, like cream sauce. That's gonna go over the top of it. And then I'm also doing a wild rice blend that I have in here, and that will just go right on top of that too and be my flavor for my rice once we're done here. And I like, again, a lot of garlic. So I'm actually gonna throw a couple sliced garlic pieces in here towards the end and get them kind of crispy, because I love like burnt, sounds weird, but garlic like crisp, they're so good. Oh, okay, so today, okay. There you go. So I got some new lights today. Here, watch out. Some new lights today for photography stuff. And they are fluorescent bulbs. And I dropped one, and I had a friend over that has a child. And she's like, oh my gosh, like that's not good. And I'm like, why? She's like, it has mercury. Why have I never heard of this ever in my life? I asked my sister and she knew right away. Yeah, that's like bad for you. You definitely shouldn't be playing with broken fluorescent light bulbs. A text? Oh. I love how he notices things. Anyway, let's go here.
Another text came.
Oh, hold on.
Another text came.
Okay.
It says look
So,
at right
we have
there.
that on there. We're going to go ahead and flip this. Turn that down. And I just went and I got cheap steaks that have the reduced for quick sale, because I'm cheap like that. But anyways, this is how it will be. You want to get the one side like good and seared. Once I do all of my steaks, I'm going to be adding to my mixture. Actually, maybe I'll do it now and then I can do it on a different plate. But we're going to make our sauce right out of that. So we're going to do a half a cup of the sherry cooking wine and 1 cup of, you can use like, what's it called? The really fattening stuff. Not whipping cream, you know, people, what's it called? Oh, cream, ha! Heavy cream. There you go. I use half and half. You still get the flavor, not as much. Not as much fat. Also not as much flavor, but it's still really good. Okay, so once this is done cooking on this side, get that please. Oh, one more thing that I did. So I showed you guys yesterday. Watch out, Adrian. Please, nobody wants to see your ear. Was my spiral cutters. So today I tried out doing spiral sweet potatoes, and they always look like they're gonna be way cooler. This is what I ended up with. This is my finished product. So I was hoping they'd be like yummy fries. They're way too thin, but they do taste really good. So what I'm gonna use that tonight is actually just kind of like a crispy topper to throw on top of these steaks once they're all done, to put on last. So kind of like crispy onions, but they taste really good. All right, so I'm gonna pull this off of here because this steak is done, and I'm not gonna do my other ones right now. See that? Ooh, yeah, that looks delicious. And I can throw that back in, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a half a cup of my cooking wine. And I'm going to do 1 cup of my half and half. And it can be just right around that. Don't be exact. We're cooking. Nothing has to be perfect when you're cooking. That is why I love it. Anyway, so what we're going to do is turn this down because we don't want it getting too hot. And then I'm just going to let this simmer. And that is just going to simmer together. I'm going to get it kind of boiling here for a little bit, and then until I'm ready to throw it on the top of my steaks and on top of my rice. So pretty much that's it. I have my green beans that I'm going to throw on and steam right before dinner time. I have my wild rice that is cooking, and that just needs to simmer, and my steaks. So I'm pretty much done with dinner. As easy as that. So everybody have a good night, and you want to say bye? Come say bye.
Bye.
Say have a good night.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye.